All right, my friends. I blew my mouth off the other day. Got some attention, which is why I do it. I think I need to settle everybody down and kind of explain my point a little bit. It went off the rails. Some of you guys took it the wrong way, and it kind of bums me out. I meant no ill will towards anybody. I wasn't singling out a particular show that took place. As a matter of fact, I talked very highly of the show in many other venues, even said something in the video. It wasn't that show. What I was talking about was something that takes place in the hobby at all kinds of shows. I don't care. And it created a lot of people to be mad at me. Actually, a few people to be mad at me. And I just want to kind of break bread with you people and kind of this time listen to what I'm saying. Please, I want you to hear what I'm saying here. This had nothing to do with the show that I showed. It happened to be what I was watching, and I'm fed up with this thing of no names on the placards. I got a lot of, everybody had their reasonings why it's a good thing, but I did have a couple of guys in the comments of my video who were a part of the said contest that was put on, that I did a critique, I guess. It wasn't even of the contest. It's just like, hey, guys, this is ridiculous, and this is the reason why I feel it's ridiculous to not have names on the placards. A lot of people come at me with facts and stuff like that. The fact that was an NNL, and I wasn't even attacking NNLs. I didn't even mention NNLs. I didn't even mention that particular NNL. No, I have utmost respect for everyone who puts on shows. I've put on shows many a time, done many shows. A lot of them went on to be long-running shows. I know what it takes to put on a show. My very first one I did in 1990. I know what it takes. So I commend everyone, even the ones that were at the Buckeye Classic. You guys put that on. I saw all the videos and I've heard a lot about it. That looks like a show that's going to become something big. And apparently with the people that are involved with it, it could be the show that takes over the Toledo NNL that ended. I would love to go to it. And I'd love to go there and not get my face punched off. But I'm not apologizing because I think you guys took it wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. I wasn't talking about that show. I do apologize that you took it wrong. I feel bad about that. I don't want to make enemies, but I feel there's things in this hobby that I know there's a lot of people feel it that aren't going to say what it is that's bothering them in the hobby. So I voice it. So instead of you guys getting mad at me, some got offended that I call you show promoters. Well, that's what you are. You promote a model show, model contest, whatever it is. I call them model shows. NNL, judged, I don't care. There was a whole bunch of things that were brought up of why you can't have a name on there, and I destroyed every one of them. Well, you might not. I destroyed everyone that they came at me with because I had a rebuttal that you couldn't argue with. Turns into, why, you don't trust yourself as a judge? That you're going to pick somebody's car because of who it is? But more than likely, you're already going to know who it is because it's your buddy's car. You know your buddy builds, if it's a buddy thing. And if it's a name guy, someone with a name, they're going to look at that model. And it's already been all over the internet now and on the magazines. You're going to know it's their model. So the whole taking the name off, it doesn't matter. But I'm not cutting that up anymore. I'm not going to go through that. But what I do want to discuss is I got blasted by this NNL thing. NNL, what do you think that means? Nameless National Luminaries. Well, first of all, and I've stated it, that's not what they were meaning. I know some of the guys that started the National Nameless Luminaries, these people were speaking for them because they said they were friends with them, and they said, oh, that's not what they're going to say. They're going to feel, hey, I haven't heard from any of them who started it. And by the way, if you want to know what the true beginnings and why we have these things called NNL, our friend Doug White, the Model Car Muse, he did an outstanding video on the history, interviewing the surviving original 6 that started the so-called, not so-called, but what the NNL was. And it's this video right here. Go check it out. Highly recommend it. Excellent video. And you'll see what I'm saying when you watch it. Everybody's thinking that it was named that and there's no names on the placement cards because it was an NNL. Well, first of all, let me destroy that right now because here was an NNL that I went to. Let's go to the videotape.
No, nobody's gonna know.
I said at the same time. That is nice, isn't there, Mark? But this say about this. This is Jim Shepard. That looks like a Wayne Stevens car, but I don't know. Is this Wayne Stevens? Oh yeah. They hid the name. I'm gonna do a no-no and try. I knew it. I just know that guy's work. I haven't met him. I gotta find him and talk to him. Okay. With that being said, what did we see there? That's all I'm going to say. It's not a standard. It doesn't matter. And if a show promoter chooses to do that, that's great for whatever reason. Any of those reasons you have, I really think they're moot, and I really think it's an imaginary dragon, and you're just fighting windmills. I don't really think there's this horrible thing in our hobby that there's this massive amounts of cheating going on. And besides, if you're going to bring up the NNLs are supposed to be non-competitive. So who cares? Who cares? But all in all, I don't care about any of that. It doesn't matter to me. It was, again, it's an injustice to not have names on the cards at any show. I wasn't singling out a show. I wasn't dragging, as one of them told me, that I dragged the Buckeye Classic through the mud. I didn't even mention the Buckeye Classic. It was just what was on the screen when I was using as an example. It's many shows that I go to that do not have names on it. And let me tell you, instead of you guys who are the show promoters and you were listening to all that, why don't you go back to that video and look in the comment section and go on to my Facebook group, because there's a whole lot of that going on my Facebook board. Boy, I have some guys trying to barbecue me on that one. Hey, everybody has a right to their opinion, as do I. I'm not a bad guy here. I'm voicing what I feel is something that I really think is harmful to the community and the bonding of our community. It's not good. This whole thing is about camaraderie. Why are you killing the camaraderie by going anonymous? Most guys don't want to do it. They just deal with it because they're enjoying the shows. The shows are fun. I go to the shows that don't have names on the placard. I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous, but the shows are still fun. It's no biggie. It's not that big of a deal, but I think it's harmful to our hobby. That is my point, and I'm having to make another video saying this is my point. It's harmful to our hobby community, the model car community. That's all I care about. I could care less about shows. I don't care if I'm hurting feelings if you're not understanding what I'm saying, because I'm not disking anyone. What I want you guys, instead of getting mad at me, who are the show promoters that choose to do that, why don't you listen to what I was saying instead of thinking that I'm bagging you? I'm not. I'm wanting you guys to open up your minds and think about this. Think about what's the best thing for the community of the model car peoples. That's us. Go back, read the comments. You will find majority of the people who are just goers, just people that go to model shows, agreed with me. They want to see names on the placement cards. That's that. That's all I meant to say. No big deal. No feelings hurt. My feelings aren't hurt. And I had a lot of guys, I got some stuff slinged at me. It's like, really? Hey, man, everybody, like I am. I'm passionate. You guys got passionate. And some of you tried to barbecue me. It didn't work. But I could sit here and read a bunch of them. There was even a few of them that it's kind of funny how their comments got taken off of my comment section on my video. I think they removed them. And when I say they themselves removed the comments, because by the time we got done, the last thing I said, I shattered all their points. I did. I have them all. I screenshot everything, so I have them. I can show them, but I'm not going to. But I could show them, but I'm not going to. But it's very interesting. I know what I'm talking about because it's how I felt and how a lot of people felt for years, and I am the one who is telling you all who put on shows that this is what the majority of us, the model car builders that like to go to shows, really would like to see. And it's not about recognition, although it's nice for us to get, some recognition of our hard work. It's about walking around and seeing other builds and going, hey, that guy right there. And I know there's a lot of people say, hey, well, cover it up for judging and then uncover it. No. That will not work. Then you have to have an extra guy after judging to run around before everybody picks up their cars and unmask who made them. You want it to be revealed throughout the show so we can all hang out and talk and meet and become new friends. I missed out on an amazing model at a couple years ago at a show I went to in Los Angeles that has that no names on the placards. It was the most amazing model. It was this 69 Cutlass. It had gone through a fire, and it was the best weathering fire. It looked real. It was incredible. I never found out who built that model, and I would have loved to have met that guy and probably interviewed him and put him in my video that I made, which that video is this one right here, and you might see it in there. I do show the car, but we're never going to know nothing about it because there was no name on the placard, and well, that just sucks. Hey, dude, if you watch my channel and you're the one who made this model, please get in contact with me. I'd like to talk to you about that. That model was stellar. I don't got Felix here to shut me down. We've gone on long enough. I just wanted to try to try to clear the air here. I think you guys misunderstood what I was saying. It had nothing to do with any show. I wasn't dragging any show through the mud. It had nothing to do with the Buckeye Classic that took place last weekend. They were just an example. I'm sorry. I have to show an example of what I'm talking about. It was right there. It was a fresh new show. And I'm trying to get to not only you, but all the other show promoters that do that. Why don't you think about changing your way? It really is better for the model car community. It helps us all bond and become friends, and that's what it's all about. It's just about getting to know your fellow modelers. With that being said, I'm out this thing. I'm done with this. I'm putting this baby to rest. Done. Finished with this. It was fun. We had a blast. We duked it out. Every one of you guys that came at me, you guys are my brothers. We're friends. Don't you worry about it. I took nothing personal with it. You guys are cool. And thanks for coming at me like that. That's what I want. Let's have a discussion. It's a discussion. No arguments. No need to cancel anybody. It's just a discussion. No hard feelings. I don't have any hard feelings because I got a hard head. So with that being said, let's go build some model cars. I'm kind of tinkering with this Daytona. I'm gonna make something. I don't know. I felt like I took it out to make that video, and I felt like keeping it on. I want to play with it a little. Anyways, with that said, let's go build model cars. Why? Because they're fun. Keep on gluing those fingers together. Keep on cutting that styrene, and we'll see you in the next video. Where's Felix to shut my lights off? Here's the producers.
There's no crying in baseball!